how are you? Uh, we're on, we're on ranked. Already filled up my lineup. So, 1 elves versus high elves. Let's see. So I don't usually use flying units, but they might have the long range, like the crossbow thing, ballistae. Yep. And instead of my usual 3 kin for my line infantry, I got the shielded elves. Okay, so later I'm gonna put the live chat on. Anyone already here, you can drop your greetings on chat. If you wanna cuss me out, I'd be cool with it. but YouTube wouldn't be. Okay. If you wanna troll on chat, man, YouTube might ban you. Or I might ban you. Put you on timeout. Face the wall. Hands on the wall. Put your hands on the wall. Spread your legs. Anyway, so I really prefer these deep wood scouts because, as you can see, they can fire while moving, and then you can see that their range is circular instead of an angle. So they can fire their bows to any direction. They're gonna twist their body. For example, they're running forward, they can still shoot backwards. Yeah, I love them. Oh, just like the huntsmen of the Empire. Yeah, this guy can also fire whilst moving. However, he has a set angle instead of any direction. So I can see they don't have any ranged unit at all, like apart from their lord. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Shielded. Not. Shielded. And they have cavalry. I guess I'll use one great eagles for the cavalry. I think I saw another one. Get them out of skirmish mode so that. Oh, what the frick? I thought they didn't have. What the frick? So they were hidden all this time. Damn, that was surprising for me.
Swiftly! Quickly! At speed! Highborn!
I should get my Lord to engage them in melee so that they cannot shoot.
It shall be done. Your orders? Ready and waiting. With haste.
Oh man,
Orders.
they got us good with that charge.
Glade Lord.
And they're shielded. Oh man, they're shielded.
Archers ready. Aye. At pace. At speed. Swiftly. Eye away. Now. Quickly. At once. Ever ready. Bows of Athelloren. At pace.
Man,
Dauntless as
they've already inflicted so much damage. I think we're gonna lose.
Understood.
I didn't see them use any skill or spell.
Faster! At once! Orders received! Swift! It is done! Children of Athelloren! Your command? Now!
Oh my lord has fallen.
As you say! Hurry! We are tireless! Aim! Fire! Pull back! For the Lady Ariel!
Frick. GG.
Forever loyal! With haste!
This guy looks like the guy in Lord of the Rings. I cannot remember what his name is. I think it was the same actor as the, what do you call them? The ones in the Matrix, you know, the villain, Mr. Anderson.
Understood. Now! By Kurnoth! Withdraw!
That is the same actor, no? Anyway, I think we still did well. You know, I'm just happy that I'm getting some matches. So, I've been, well, no. I really wanna reduce my doom scrolling. You know, for the past 3 days I've been doom scrolling, and that's why I made the freaking meme. You know, I really gotta avoid looking at stuff. Especially with what's happening in the Philippines, you know, they're so... Okay, hold on. I don't think I've ever tried the Hayamas here. You know, I don't wanna think about politics, you know. I'm here to have fun. I really think I prefer Wood Elf. So I'm gonna wait for what faction they're gonna be. Steven, okay. So these guys are already anti-large. You know, instead of... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put poison instead of magical. So I'm gonna sacrifice the 360. You know, I don't think I have any unit that doesn't have... I mean, any unit that's unbreakable. No mount. Oh. Glade Captain. Oh wow, that's perfect. Exact. So, man, I wish they chose a different color. Don't we have like blue? Oh man, they might have, what do you call this? They might have blink lock catapults, so let's get some, okay, that's good. And exact. See. You know, I really don't wanna, I really don't wanna talk about politics, man. Shit. But you know, I'm a freaking citizen. You know, what happens affects me, okay? So I heard that, you know, people are protesting against, you know, solar farms. You know, they just don't want, I mean, they just don't want any presence in the, what do you call this, in the rural area, so that their movement can really flourish in there, you know. You know, we're already being presented with an alternative, you know, with the energy crisis, and you're protesting against it. I don't know with you. If you're like that, I don't know with you. But there's a... let's just say a partial, you know, a partial...
Battle ready. I feel the call of the forest.
Hello. Hi. There's already a partial... solution to the energy crisis, and you know, our, you know, the shift from coal and other fossil fuels, and you're protesting against it. and
Glade guard! Defenders
whatever.
of Athel Lauren!
So, you know,
Our aim is true! Deepward archers!
you can see, yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking about you. So you can see,
Glade lord of Athel Lauren! To battle!
I saw a post, with pictures of a protest. And what I noticed there was some of the people there have their faces covered. And of course, they're not only protesting about, against coal. They're not only protesting against coal. They also included, how the system is rotten. Bulok na sistema. Well, we all know. Okay? Why are you pissed, Ryan? Anyway, back to that. When you see bulok na sistema, of course, you know that those people, maybe not everyone in that group, but the ones who made that placard or banner, of course, they want an overthrow of the government. So, yeah, it all goes there. And then, on the other side of the spectrum, for the past 2 or 3 days, I've been seeing this guy, the one with the loud and raspy voice, the pro Duterte protest leader. And yeah, he actually got an exchange, with one young man. I saw that one. That's the first video I saw of them. What I didn't like was he didn't let the young man finish what he was saying. If for me, if you try to silence your opposition, that means you're trying to stop other people from hearing their side. My follow-up question would be, why are you trying to silence him? Is it because you're afraid that he's right? I get it if you're trying to silence him because, you think he's lying. But if someone is wrong, if someone is lying, and still let them finish, what? Must be on the bios. Black screen. So, plug. Oh no, maybe you have a different plug. Why back to that? That's one reason why I let people finish speaking. It's also because, I got used to being cut off myself, for a very long time. Even in my previous job, there are people like that. But, in my mind, I just trying to understand,
Ready and eager! Swiftly!
So, anyway, another reason why, I'm a spiteful person myself. So when I let other people finish if I really don't believe them. I think they're wrong. In my mind, I'm saying, go ahead, go ahead, finish what you're saying. Maybe you can hear yourself talk. Maybe you can hear yourself talk. Hear how wrong you are. And even if I don't like the person and what they're saying, I really can't stop other people from siding with them. Who am I to do that? Who am I to tell you not to listen to someone? Not,
Eager and ready. By Cardos. No. At pace. With pace.
You see, one of the yeah, I'm just making. I'm just. I'm just.
Our bows are
Right now, I'm kinda just making an excuse. When I stop
defenders.
going to. Even if I'm an alcoholic, the available meeting there was for me was Narcotics Anonymous. So one time, one of the people who have been there, he was making side comments. He was saying, "Mali ka eh, mali, you're wrong," So I made that, in my end, I made that an excuse. Oh, this guy doesn't listen and not judge. So I made that an excuse not to go to the meetings anymore. That's on me. That's on me. I did that on purpose so that I have an excuse. So yeah, how did you disable it? Do you remember?
Glade guard. Ready and waiting.
So yeah, let's. I don't know if you're on Windows or
Ever ready. Straight away.
so. Let's see. Did you do it here? Somewhere here? Did you do it here on the device manager? Is this what you did? Did you right click on your GPU and then put there disable? Is that what happened? Here, see that? Did you right click on your GPU and then select disable? Because if that's what happened, maybe you can right click it again and then maybe there's a enable. If that's what happened.
Understood. Yes. Doctor!
You know what? I don't really feel like playing Genshin Impact today. I don't know. So anyway, I've been using motherboards that are made in China. They're like Gen 2, Intel Gen 2, but with, the USB 3.0. Both of them have the BIOS American Megatrends. Yeah, I mean, oh no. So, yeah, you gotta, plug your display or monitor to your motherboard instead of the GPU. Plug your display or monitor cable, and then turn on your PC. And then, this brings me back to my tech support days. Then turn on your PC. Of course, you can see the device manager. Then your GPU. And then enable. That brought me back to my tech support days. November was my last month of being tech support. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, thank you. Yo, good morning. So, did you hear about this? I think this was on CNN, so, in the Philippines, there are rebels here, some of them are communists, and so, their front organizations have branches in the US, they got to recruit 2 Americans. And back on the 19th, there was a military operation, and 19 rebels got, unalived, including those 2. And I think that was on CNN. So, and I really don't like to talk about politics. And I really don't like to give advice. Who am I to give advice? But if you wanna live, don't join those. Because your motherboard is still working. Yeah. So, of course, I want you to be alive. I want you to have a good life instead of being a freaking Che Guevara. I think that was on CNN. I mean, even I have a lot of complaints. I have a lot of dissatisfaction. But maybe those people just freaking throw it all, I don't hate the players, I hate the game, but I'm still here. What am I saying, I don't even hate the game, man. I love the game, but I hate how, they can be corrupt. That's why things are hard. Yeah, no problem, man. I wonder what your GPU is. Must be high-end. Yeah, I hope it works. You can comment on, I don't know, when the stream ends, maybe you can comment on it, I don't know, you can comment on my latest video. We can talk here. You wanna talk about your technical issue? Comment on. Yeah, man. Can No, I understand though. Man, come on, man. Shit, I can't even attend gigs or go out because I don't want people to think that I'm involved in political, activism and stuff. And if they're gonna try to collect my, my interest in firearms to, I get it, I get it. But I would like to stay as a civilian and stay in the system. I even want to work in the government, so that I have good benefits. And then even if my salary wasn't big, I would still be living and still, and still try to make do with what I'll get. And then maybe, maybe, maybe I can have a bang bang, a bang bang, and of course, permit to own. I mean, license to own, and then maybe I'll permit to carry. And I swear I'm not gonna use it in petty misunderstandings, petty squabbles. I've had a lot of self-control in my life. Since I was a Boy Scout, I've been carrying survival tools. I've never used it nor threaten anyone in public with it. See? I mean, where did you see anyone? Where did you see anyone who like had their own bang bang, license and all, and then they joined the rebel group? Where have you seen that? It's all issued to them. I don't know if people are making excuses or they're really misled. They're unaware. Okay, hold on, let me... this looks chaotic, but I gotta organize my troops. So what I'm gonna do, or what I'm doing right now, is getting the anti-large units, with the halberds. Get them to fight that big one. And then everyone else will fight the smaller units. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose again, but whatever. See, right now I'm being tempted to look at freaking real stuff. Oh, the compact one. Maybe this one. It looks like, maybe appendix carry, and then not loaded, no chamber clear. And then if I'm gonna get searched, well, I'm gonna tell the officer right away, officer, I am carrying. Officer, I'm legally carrying. It's on my appendix. And then lift my kind of put my shirt behind it to show the top. And then would you like me to put it out? I don't know, maybe I'll learn what to tell a freaking officer. In Filipino, officer, legally carrying po ako. Nasa appendix. Ayun. But that's far-fetched. I don't think I'm going to the government. No, especially after the last one with the city hall. They interviewed me and they told me they needed someone with real estate tax knowledge, training, or experience, and I don't have that. I almost got real estate experience from 2025, but it didn't happen. I was put into tech support instead. And I also applied for the Veteran Affairs Office again. Again. Because they didn't hire me back in 2025. Early 2025. But they never got back to me. Anyway, chariots. I only learned how good chariots are from the beastmen. Before them I didn't know. They're nice. Oh, I wonder if I can put like this guy on a chariot. No steed only. Siege. Oh no, I might run out of time. There you go. Yeah, I hope your technical issue gets resolved soon. Anyway, like I said, I just rearranged my workspace. So, my wall isn't covered anymore by the white curtain. There's a really big difference during the night and day. Day and night difference. During the day, my work curtain, my background will always be waving. During the night, like right now, it's very calm. Yep. Hey, what happened? And I don't know what to listen to right now. Oh, this is a very suggestive video. Gel Blaster. And if the comments were enabled, maybe I'm gonna say careful with your eyes. Well, what if I asked him to feed? Do you wanna go? You wanna party? I mean on, Counter Strike. Anyway, my interviewer told me that, my audio was fine. Like, she couldn't hear my electric fan. Of course, I'm using a different headset for work. Yeah, of course, I also want noise cancelling headsets like the last one I used for work. But those are pretty expensive. The ones I have are very cheap. Cheap but good. Very good. Very loud. Not very loud and good quality. It's not very, the sound is not like sharp, not lacking on the bass. So good for the price, but yeah, no noise cancellation. Even my software doesn't have noise cancellation. When I open this, I'm talking about my working, my work laptop. This one has a mid-cut. Doesn't even work. Doesn't seem to work. But I know that you guys can hear the background. Unless I turn it way back down like this. Anyway, yeah. On my last guitar cover, there were so many mistakes, but I didn't want to do a second take, so I posted it anyway. I don't like doing second takes. Does that remind you of chickens? Bako! Bako! I never learned how to play Crazy Train or whatever song that is. Finally got it. Banana.
Banana.
Banana, banana. Sorry. Banana, banana. Frick. So, of course, I went out today. I bought energy drinks, and pretty, I'm pretty happy for my neighborhood. I saw a new, I don't know if it's a new pharmacy, a small pharmacy. Hold on, right now I'm taking my multivitamins.
A side, A side.
Copy that.
Back on you, back on you.
Banana. Happy for my neighborhood. Maybe I'll buy from them, but I'll check first if their prices are good. If I can get like generic. So,
How are you?
go gaga. Banana. Bomb drop.
A side, A side.
Okay. Oh no, middle. Jump.
Let's do this and get back in time for chow.
Meow meow meow.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole.
Good luck.
Inventory out.
side, A side.
How come are you lying to me? Nico, Nico, oh.
Defusing.
Nomi, 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 Nomi.
Defusing the bomb.
Nomi. Nomi.
All right, all right.
Hey, yeah. Around. Nah, baby, no mess around.
Extend the area out. Throwing grenade. Smoke. Throwing a grenade.
You got me good.
Decoys out. Laying down smoke.
A side, A side.
Bomb has been planted.
Damn.
I'm defusing the bomb.
All clear.
Defusing.
Good job, son. You know, I got that from Call of Duty 1. Good job, son. Now, speaking of Call of Duty 1, isn't that on Steam? It's a freaking classic.
Grenade out. Grenade out. Decoy. Grenade out. Throwing fire.
Bomb side.
Throwing smoke.
Okay, watch our back.
Incendiary.
Boiler.
A1, A1.
I have kit.
Smoke.
I have kit.
Smoke.
Nomi.
Easy peasy lemon squeeze.
I'm guessing they're not the original. Oh, this one. What the freak? 1,200 pesos? Are you kidding me? It's more expensive than most of the newer games. It's like almost twice as much as, you know,
Decoys out.
what's the new Hollow Knight? Silk Song?
Throwing grenade. Throwing fire.
One side, one side.
Side, side. Side. Here.
Smoke.
Oh no! I remember this mission with is that a ship, you know, Captain Price is there.
Go, go, go.
Meow meow.
Grenade.
专门去 A 吗？
Fire in the hole.
Meow meow.
Incendiary.
What the frick? Oh, speaking of Silk Song, how much? What the? What is this? Text based. That's nice. I mean, I always like free stuff. Pragmata is very expensive, you know, I understand. No, I don't really have storage for any more games. Bomb going A.
Laying down smoke. Bomb has been planted.
Free. No, it's still expensive for me. No, that's something I find interesting. World War One. I'll think about it. It's like $10 US.
Incendiary out.
Frick.
You're wasting water at your eyes is blood. Using the kind of language that makes the sergeant blush. Oh, join the army, that's what we all inquire. No big pictures Like the hustle we spend the money here. Oh, 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 it's a lovely world. Oh, 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 it's a lovely
Hey man, that the break in the wall that looks like a Battlefield 1. So they're showing sound looks nice and it looks like it doesn't really have a high spec requirement.
Throwing fire. Grenade out.
Excuse me. Hindi got to catch up. Excuse me. What are these expansions? Those expansions they look pretty expensive for me. What does ANZAC stand for though? Australia, New Zealand. I'm just guessing though. You know, I gotta say, I really prefer the graphics of Battlefield 1 to, let's say, Isonzo.
Hey, what?
Isonzo.
What about it?
I've also played Verdun. No, Verdun it was, you know, it's a pretty old game, so I can understand the graphics and low graphics means, you know, high frame rate, so why not? April 24 this year. Australia and New Zealand. Meow meow meow. I really don't like the full auto. The full auto in Isonzo. Ouch. It's very uncontrollable.
Banana.
Good job. Okay.
A.
Hey, Enlisted is free to play, I never knew. But even Delta Force is free to play. Man, I've been missing out on so much. But, I don't have any storage left. I'm not sure about their specs.
Go to plan.
Where's the last one?
Go B.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I had a bomb.
You go see me, why you go here?
Meow meow meow. He's here. What the frick? No. How did he survive that? Like I always say, I'm not good with op, but if I don't practice, I'll never get good. Meow meow. One more. Sorry. Any idea where the last one is? Last one, banana.
Banana.
Meow
Ayaw.
meow. Oh my. When FPS. No, that's pretty lame though. Just fighting bugs. I think I already have none of more. I'm pretty curious. Interested, you know, I've seen about the memes. So seeing the memes made me not like take it seriously. No, I don't wanna be I don't really wanna LARP too hard.
Air support!
Don't you feel like someone is watching you? What if a saboteur feature is that they carry flamethrowers attached to their weapons, the legendary Mosin M91 rifle and the Finnish Suomi KP-31 submachine gun have never been this hot before. Spring is off to a truly blazing start. Arrow, thanks.
Now what's the... Oh, that's pretty low spec. $15
AD
包给出来呗。
無機神。
middle. Middle.
A 不用炸
What the frick? Didn't get him in one hit. That's point blank Wadumang 7. You know, I've never played the World of Tanks for PC. I've only been playing Blitz. Maybe I should play Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't really wanna LARP too hard. Just wanna enjoy my time. Not be too serious. Banana. Yeah, I think I'm gonna uninstall Borderlands 3. I'm not playing with it anymore. And I'm very glad it went on like 90% sale last year. You know, back in 2019 I was hyping it. But I only got to play 2025. Frick. I also have Arma 3, but I have no idea how to play it. Oh my, that's almost 100 gig. So let me check out what do you call that one? The one I was checking out earlier.
Infantry joins large-scale battles in the free online action game War Thunder. Fierce
my.
battles between ground vehicles and aircraft have become even more varied.
Even Dark Tide, I'm thinking about uninstalling it because
能发一把吗？
oh,
地上地上。
you know, as much as I love Warhammer, yeah, my PC is struggling to run it. You know, it's not giving me the best experience. You know, instead of have fun, it makes me dizzy.
One of us is dead!
Our men are capturing the position.
Man, I don't wanna play US.
You want more? He was
It's pretty wonky, just like Isonzo. Damn, bro. .45 long Excalibur. They got the Age of Empires. Fortnite. And that's why I don't play Battlefield 5 anymore because of the Fortnite. Oh man, you know how I love shotties. But no, I don't think I'm sold. Maybe I'll just play Stalker Gamma. I don't know though. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna be tempted to play like 5 hours straight.
包给你过。
I think I'll be tempted to play like 5 hours straight. Meow meow. There's one more. There are footsteps at B.
A 有一个，
There are footsteps at B.
不 B 外有一个在 A。
Good job.
OK A 空了，B 空了。
That's one middle.
banana.
Damn. Good job.
My God!
No. Do I have a World War II? No. '93. No, it loads very. It loads very long. Storage. Dota 2. Anyway, a while ago, of course, I was thinking, I really cannot, I cannot be very lousy. I cannot be very lousy because I'm gonna have to be on camera. And I'll be dealing with Japanese people, so I really cannot be, I cannot look like trash. I cannot dye my hair blonde. I cannot have long hair. No, I think long hair is pretty acceptable in Japanese culture. You know, I'm not a salaryman. You know, maybe solid snake length of hair would be okay. For all I know, if I freaking look like a samurai, they wouldn't care. Maybe I can dye my hair like brown or something, but not the unusual colors. Why am I even thinking about that? You know, I'm thinking about the extent of my options. You know, and I think part of, you know, I wouldn't really call it maturing. You know, before, of course, kind of hated, you know, I hated the world. But the proper thing for me to feel is to, you know, hold myself accountable for not being competent enough or willing to learn or willing to work, you know, before. That's why I was the way I am back in high school. BMT. Pretty loud, no? It's pretty loud.
The Army's subcompact weapon. The United States military at this point long to
The new finger cutter.
5 seconds remaining.
the Army, the Air Force, all those guys have selected this as a personal defense weapon. This is the B&T APC-9K. Now, there have been a lot of subguns that have been used by the United States military over a long period of time. Anything from the MP5, MP5K, MP7, P90.
You know, I think that was a player. I think that one.
P9K. Now, there have been a lot of subguns that have been used by the United States military over a long period of time. Anything from the MP5,
I think this one is an airsoft player. Lol. It's pretty funny.
MP5K, MP7, P90s, lots of different weapons. We're going to be talking about the adoption of this weapon, why it was adopted, how it does, direct comparisons to other weapons within its price point, and we're going to talk about this thing ad nauseum because I think it's really interesting. You really don't see a lot talked about when it comes to subcompact weapons, but it's still a very viable weapon to have. I know personal detection detail is something that probably you're a little bit more familiar with than I am, John. Yeah, I do think it's interesting that this is the first SMG that the Army's adopted in how long? I think the last one was the grease gun, or maybe the MP5 for soft. It's been a hot minute, that's for sure. And in fact, I'm kind of 7 yards, 6 rounds, A zone, and we'll see how this goes. Comparison. We do have about a standard pistol barrel length on this guy. You have about a 4.4-inch barrel with a little bit in change, and because of that, you get the same velocity as you get from a full-size handgun. Now, with that being said, because you have much better stability with stock, all that kind of stuff, it's far easier to make shots. So we're at 120 right here, the 15 shots. So it really isn't that bad. You can make very far shots with this. It's just LOL 9mm. You don't get incredible terminal performance, but it's much better than just shooting like, a standard handgun, unless you're like Ben Stoker or somebody incredible on a handgun. Now, very interestingly, the APC-9K is a direct blowback weapon with a hydraulic buffer. Direct blowback is surprising because on many submachine guns that have been made recently, or even not recently, the MP5K is a roller delayed weapon. The MPX is a piston driven weapon. These shoot very soft. Now, a direct blowback traditionally has a lot more recoil. The B&T APC-9K does have a hydraulic buffer that's really supposed to take a lot of the kick out of it. I've just been shooting this today, so it's kind of hard to say if it recoils more than less than these other guns. So let's do a direct comparison. The first thing we have to note with this is going to be price. It's expensive. It's 2.2K. That's a lot for a pistol caliber carbine, a submachine gun, whatever you might call it. So we have guns that kind of are at the same level. So we have an MP5K from H&K.
Is it considered the carbine if the barrel length isn't the carbine?
We have the MPX. These two weapons come in at roughly the same price point or slightly above, depending on the model. And then right here we have a CZ Scorpion. This is another option that comes in at a much cheaper price point. This thing's $1,000 to $1,200, and it is a direct blowback weapon, but it does not have the hydraulic buffer like the APC-9K. Let's do a direct recoil comparison and go from there. Now, there's a battle going on that most of you don't even notice. It's not weapons or uniforms. It's about way more than that. It's about control. Your time, of the future, your choices. Now, this video is sponsored by PDS Debt. Let's go ahead and let's talk about it. So one of the biggest tools used to take control of you, that is going to be debt. Now, not just a little, we're talking a lot. Credit cards, personal loans, medical bills, all that stuff that just weighs your mind down. And you know what? When you have a lot of that stack up, it feels terrible. You feel like there's no way out. But in reality, there actually is. That's where PDS Debt comes in. So what they can do is they're not some cookies cutter solution. They're actually going to tailor make a solution specific to you based off of your financial needs. They build a plan around your life, and there's no credit score limit or anything like that. They are just going to help you. Now, they've helped hundreds of thousands of people already, and these aren't just empty promises or anything like that. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They have tons of 5-star ratings on Google as well as on Trustpilot. People trust them because, quite frankly, they've earned it. So if you're just drowning in credit card debt, personal loans, bills, whatever you might have, don't just survive, guys. Take action. You're actually 30 seconds away from getting a free assessment. And you know what? The sky's going to look much brighter. So go check them out, pdsdebt.com/GT. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the APC-9K. First things first, let's check the recoil on the APC-9K.
Freak.
Very smooth. It feels very good to shoot, but I've just been shooting this all day. Let's do a
Wonder,
comparison
okay,
to
that's one, that's one minus. I only take units with a minimum 200mm barrel inside, and that's lower, so that's a no-go for me. You know, unless I'm gonna put a longer barrel inside of that. And then just add the suppressor. But you know, I don't think so.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Frick. Oh, frick. I pressed the wrong button. You know, I keep on saying button. You know, if I'm gonna do the freaking how they teach it, you know, button. I really don't like. I don't like to say button. I'd rather pronounce the T. But you know, on my new job, you know, we're gonna have to correct even the pronunciation. So, or even, yeah. No, I cannot say too much about it. But yeah, we're expected to be very professional and very accurate. Damn, he's so fast. Why is he so fast? Come on. But you know, I almost got him. Yeah, that's pretty good. Freaking hell, bro.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
I think they have wards here. I think they saw me. That was perfect.
king of SMGs, and that
SP5K?
is the MP5K. Now, the MP5 is legendary. The K has a little bit more jump, but this does have a very similar barrel length to the APC-9K. Let's test them directly.
But you know, like you said, the BNT is a direct blowback. That one is roller delayed. LOL. Excuse me.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, excuse me. Man, I'm still craving soda. You know, I don't wanna mention brands, but yeah, I'm gonna freaking mention brands, bro. Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Freaking hell. I'm craving. I'm craving and I wanna give in.
Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Okay, the MP5K definitely has a lot less recoil than the APC-9K. Well, not a lot less, but it's very, very noticeable. Next up, CZ Scorpion. This is probably the simplest mechanism, direct blowback. Didn't give this a shot. That has the most recoil of any of the guns that I've shot today. It is what it is. It's a Scorpion. Okay, next up is going to be the MPX, and then we'll have John try all of these.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oh, neat. I have no dagger. Maybe next time the Rod of Athos. I remember there was a new item here, which I only learned about during my last game. And I've already forgotten about it. Definitely wanna hunt PA. Phantom Assassin.
Middle tower is under attack.
Naku! No, when I saw a gnome, I freaking panicked. Frick.
Okay, by far the least amount of recoil of all of those. So, before we talk about that, let's get John on these. Let's hear his opinion. Let's go from there.
You know, I really love Slim. I love how slim it is.
Itchy breath.
You know, if I were gonna choose, if it's gonna be that one or the one with the longer M lock, you know, I'm gonna pick that one.
Brush is ruining your.
It's simpler, it's slimmer, probably lighter. I mean, I already have a Scar H, so I should be happy. But you know me. I like lightweight and small. In my mind, I got the Scar H because wow, it's gonna be like my first. It is my first anodized aluminum upper. It's my first and as of now, of course, my only. First and only right now.
Dream of pro level perfection. Real techniques brush set with
You don't get.
You know, instead of looking at other stuff, I should be focused on maybe upgrading. If I wanted to. You know, maybe push it up to like 480 FPS. Since it's a DMR. What the frick?
the enemy's middle tower has fallen.
You know,
most of my friends play like 2K or something like that. So I'm not really into it. They do that. They actually bounce off. Alright, because I've seen the replays. Like,
Wow.
when it shows
You know
in the
what?
top right
Seeing
corner.
the shotguns, it's freaking tempting me. I like shotties. Shotties make a melody in my head. LOL. Oh yeah. Let's help out.
Corner, and it says it bounces off, and I'm like, there's no way a bomb bounces off the tank, but it actually does. Yeah. It's hard to, for me it's hard to tell when my bombs land, because I can't turn fast enough and look back. So I'm just guessing half the time. Yeah, that's nice. I didn't even realize we won. Nice.
Yeah, earlier I said I'm not sold, but FG42.
How long is the battle?
Buyback. Oh. 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 Wow. Freaking hell, bro.
Yeah. So they do that. They actually bounce off. Alright, because I've seen the replays, like when it shows you in the top right corner. Most of my friends.
Okay, I'm pretty swole. Just kidding. And then, that's not War Thunder. I think that's Enlisted. Free to play. Yeah, it's free to play. I'm pretty tempted. But I definitely have to let go of some games, some other games to be able to install it.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Look! Almost got to.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Wetmore stones.
Radiant structures are fortified.
What's that mean?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Meow, meow, meow.
Coming through.
Your top tower is under attack.
Here I come. Waiting in. Head now. Vicious. Carnage. Right to it.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Good idea. Yes. Yep. Yes.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen. Dire structures are fortified. The enemy's bottom bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's very quiet. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get this one or not.
Might just pick some up.
Reminds me of Battlefield 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like some advice of what to get.
Attack.
I'm checking earlier. It's dead. There's on.
Freak.
So babbling. I was just saying, so babbling helps get viewers. Messaging? Alright. Yeah. More time. Oh, so that's why. So that's why I got more viewers, because that's the most amount of viewers I've ever gotten. Got it. Alright. Yeah, because most of
Whatever. Coming through. Lovely. Forward. You're off.
my streams, I'm usually just, man, this is the first time I've really talked. Yeah. Most of my friends play like 2K or something like that, but I'm not really into those games. Here we go. It's dead. Or on Twitch, at least. It's gone.
That really reminds me of Battlefield 5. Then let's watch this one. I also like Calliope Mori back then.
This thing you have with Trash Taste, you like them, or you're like friends with Connor, it's not okay, Maury. You're not allowed to collab or like anyone unless we tell you it's okay. Don't you understand?
So you betrayed your friend.
Yeah, this guy is the one that,
Top tower is under attack.
you know, misled me. Misled me with something.
Just be cool, guys. Like, is it that hard to just...
Well, with why Rosha was crying, you know, when she got terminated, or...
Your top tower is under
Oh, that time when Rusha was crying, you know, I think this guy kinda misled me.
What's up? Just so you know, I have just announced that in December I'll be releasing a full album. Check it out, Joe!
When we think of a VTuber, we picture someone that can sing, dance, and entertain a crowd. We think of a performer. The highest self of a virtual idol is someone who could perform all of these tasks. She's basically an idol who's also an anime waifu. And for the Western fans, Mori Calliope embodies all of these elements. She's talent incarnated.
Hello, I'm Mori Calliope from Hololive English Myth, and welcome to the underworld! And
You know, but sometimes it's just over the top, man. Yeah. What the freak? You gotta eat, man. You gotta eat, man. You know, I think I'll finally make some pancakes. Talking of pancakes for dinner, ang putik. It's because, you know, we have a lot of pancake mixes. You know, we're not using it. You know, I think we do have one that was partially used.
While all of the Hololive idols are full of talents, one could argue that Mori just checks all of those boxes.
I can only do so much, like play a recorder, scream a little bit, write raps about bread, and be okay at music, and read mangas about dads who are VTubers, and drink a lot of wine, and be bad at video games.
She's a professional
Oh shit, just like me.
entertainer. She's been dubbed a household name. She's a singer, a lyricist, but most importantly, she's a brand. But what if you've got everything you've ever wanted, but still weren't happy? What if the price of success came at a cost? In the case of Mori Calliope, she holds the distinction of being the first Hololive English VTuber who signed a major record deal with Universal Music.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Achieving over 2 million subscribers on YouTube and releasing 2 full albums under her belt, she undeniably set an exceptionally high standard for corporate VTubing, and her success may as well serve as a pioneering example for future VTubers aspiring to blend mainstream media with the VTubing world. However, Mori's journey has been marked by numerous challenges, controversies, and moments of sorrow. It pains me to say, but it must also be acknowledged that Mori has garnered a significant amount of detractors over the years, making her one of the most polarizing VTubers out there. And while it is customary for public figures with a substantial following to have their share of critics, Mori seems to have an unusually high number of fervent antis, almost resembling a cult-like following dedicated to making her life difficult at every turn. In this VTuber deep dive, we'll cover everything from the good to the bad so we can understand the root of the controversy and determine if we think they are founded or just nothing burgers. So buckle up because there is a lot to unpack. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe for more VTuber documentaries and commentaries. 95% of you still aren't subscribed to my channel, so seriously, what are you waiting for? And if you want to support the channel and have your name displayed at the end of my video, you can join my memberships for as little as $2.99 a month. As for a little disclaimer regarding
What? Okay, I think she means $2.99, not $295. Bro, I think that's a living wage for me already. $295 a month. Tax free. Anyway. Let's say even with 10% tax. You know, that can be a living wage for me if I'm not gonna eat out.
Mori's alter ego, although it is no secret and Mori herself has mentioned that she doesn't mind us talking about her past life, I would rather take extra precautions and I won't explicitly show her alter ego or refer to it by name in this video. Anyway, if you know, you
Well, what's her alter ego? I guess I'll never find out.
know. And if you think I'm playing it too safe, leave a comment below. Now, back to the video. To understand the public perception of Mori Calliope, we gotta go back, way back to her pre-Hololive era. You see, before Hololive, Mori was an underground rapper. Born in Texas, she moved to Japan to pursue her dreams of becoming a music artist and
I think I was listening to her back in 2020 up until 2021.
rapper.
I was saving up big deadbeats because I wanted to go to the surface world. I wanted to go to Overworldy in Japan, okay? Had a special
But you know, I don't think I ever watched her live. Just replays.
And I put on front of the box, I put a picture of all of the bands that I wanted to see perform live.
While abroad, she created a few close bonds with peers, friends, and other members of the music community and performed together in underground bars and venues. To Mori's own admittance, back then, she didn't have a very high opinion of the idol culture.
How do you view yourself as like a public figure?
To be honest, I'm still trying to figure it out. Because it happened about a month ago, right?
Right.
I suppose all that I can say is, before all of this, when I was just doing underground things in the underworld rap scene, I kind of like stuck up my nose a bit at idols, I suppose. I had this attitude of, there's this whole industry built around like worshipping these people that are supposed to be more than human. When they're
And now you're one of them.
not. I really kind of stuck up my nose like, oh, I'm so much better than them. I'm no
No, man.
idol. I'm not an idol rapper. I'm an underground rapper, and that kind of thing. One VTuber that kind of changed my mind about idols, her name is Milky Queen. She's like a rice-themed VTuber. She speaks fluent English and Japanese. We kind of became friends, and she really changed my mind about idols because she's so down-to-earth, kind, and an incredible singer and talented. I kind of
Man, I'm arrogant as fuck.
had these ideas about what idols were really like, but I realized watching her stuff, she works so hard and she's talented and kind and humble, and other idols can be like that too. Whoa, no way, no wonder so many people like them. And then I realized I was being a jealous little hoe, and now it's fine. So it's no problem. I've just kind of rode into the whole idol thing like with a lot of respect for my fellow idols and all the hard work that they're doing, and my mind completely changed, which is something doesn't happen often.
Just like probably many of us, she criticized some aspects of it. And it's during that era that most of her actions and words would come back to haunt her later on.
Yeah, you know, I wish I were more careful and I was less arrogant back then. If I weren't that arrogant, if I were more careful, I wouldn't have lost my, my previous channel.
In her VTubing.
But I think that losing it, that taught me to be like more careful and to be more considerate towards other people. Because back then I was already posting things, attacking certain people. Of course I kept it anonymous. I wouldn't name them because I know that's freaking cyber libel. So I would just poke fun at people, complain about what they did, never name them. So, yeah, I guess I had to be humbled. I had to be punished.
Career under the character Mori Calliope. So back then, as a standalone artist, Mori Calliope, while not being under that name, made quite successful music with some videos that she produced herself, racking up to millions of views. Her talent is undeniable, and I can only commend the amount of work she poured into her craft. In some videos, she would rap, write the lyrics, animate, and even put the mix together herself. But in late 2019, most of the world was blissfully living their lives relaxed and enjoying their last few moments in the sun while a global pandemic was brewing. And while Mori and her peers, friends and mentors from the scene were still performing in bars and creating music together, once the pandemic hit, it ruined everybody's plans, and all of those venues in which they were performing and making a buck off closed, which caused this particular group of friends to have to reassess some of their dreams, and some of them had to pack their bags and go home or simply stop making music. Mori, on the other hand, had to find a new way to generate income if she wanted to stay abroad, and that's when one of her friends who was in the VTubing space suggested that she should audition for Hololive.
I had some other Reaper mates who also were looking into the Hololive thing and were talking about it. And I just kind of listened in and I was like, oh, okay, sounds interesting. I'm getting sick of swinging my scythe around all the time. What's interesting though is that I kind of didn't say anything when I auditioned to those friends. I was just kind of, I'll just give it a shot because I didn't think I was going to get in. I thought that they had way better chances than me. And so I was like, well, okay, I'll just do it. Let's do it for shits and giggles, right? Just for fun. And about midway through, before we even heard anything, before things even got moving, I got real guilty. So I told my friends, I said, hey, listen, look, I went ahead and I auditioned. Yes, just so you know, I'm not trying to be slimy or anything. Before things start popping off, right, just let me know what's up. And it was all cool.
That's when the magic ensued. But while Mori undeniably found success there, many of her former friends saw her as selling out and trading the integrity of her art for success and leaving them behind, which seemed to be something that Mori would struggle to come to terms with for the rest of her career.
Friends that I had made from those times, they kind of stopped doing music. I guess I just wanted some of them to be proud of me.
Mori Calliope debuted on September 12, 2020, along with 4 other.
Come on, man. I can't think of any people who I'd like to be proud of me. I mean, you know. You know, I grew up with a lot of dissuasion instead of persuasion. Instead of like cheering me on. I got used to, you know, I got used to my parents telling me to stop it, you know. Anything I do. So I cannot really relate to that. You know, I came to terms with being a disappointment very early in life. Okay, I'm a disappointment. But you know, the problem is I really embodied. I acted it out, you know, I didn't try to better myself. And that's my fault.
The first generation of Hololive English, Gargura, Ninomai Nanis, Takanashi Kiara, and Watson Emilia. They were collectively known as Myth, and each of them had a mythical team for their character design. Mori Calliope's team was the Grim Reaper, and she claimed to be the first apprentice of Death who decided to become a VTuber to harvest souls. Mori's debut stream was a huge success, attracting over 100,000 viewers and gaining over 200,000 subscribers in less than a day. She introduced herself as a rapper who loves hip-hop and metal music and performed her original song Excuse My Rudeness But Could You Please R.I.P. for the first time, which quickly became viral. She also showed off her fluent Japanese skills as she was living in Japan at the time. Her first single and several other songs were later collected into an EP album titled Deadbeats that was released on October 2020, and a few months later in January 2021 she would reach 1 million subscribers on her channel and release her second album, Your Mori. There are many reasons why Mori was enjoyed by VTuber fans: her outspoken and honest attitude, and my personal favorite, the chemistry and tenderness she showcased with her genmate Kiara during their duo.
Hold on, Kiara is Swiss, right? I think she's Swiss. Where is she from? Austrian, no, Austrian. Okay.
Streams. But what really cemented her success was her music. She was the first Hololive member to release original songs on a regular basis, and she collaborated with many other VTubers and musicians, expanding her reach beyond the VTuber sphere. And as we'll see later in the video, this would end up becoming a double-edged sword. But still, Mori pushed through, and by the end of 2022, her music career had reached new heights when she signed with Universal Music Japan and MEI Records.
So I was big on them back during the pandemic, and I kind of fell out of love. I mean, I started VTubing myself. And started VTubing, and I didn't really wanna watch any of them anymore. And then for a short time I watched some anime, then stopped. Yep.
Making her major label debut. She released her first EP under the label titled Shinigami Note, and another notable milestone is when she held her first solo concert on July 21st at Toyosu Pit in Tokyo, which was streamed online for fans around the world. However, Mori Calliope's fame also came with a price. She was involved in several controversies and dramas that tested her reputation and fanbase. Mori, over the years, had developed a sizable base of antis, especially on platforms such as Twitter, 4chan, and Reddit, where all the mentally stable people hang out. One of the strongest opinion her antis hold is that Callie is a grifter. Like I mentioned earlier, this dates back to events way before she even started in Hololive, when she mentioned her criticism of the idol industry and VTuber corpos. One of the earliest controversies that Mori Calliope faced was when she collaborated with CDogVA, aka Connor, a British YouTuber who was part of the Trash Taste podcast. Connor had previously made some negative comments about Hololive VTubers on his stream with Iron Mouse, implying that they were not talented or original.
Something like Hololive is a good example of this, because it's almost instant success. You don't have to be a good streamer. You will get success because you're part of Hololive. You'll get a lot more money.
I remember
their lifetime monthly, right? We agree on that? Is that fair to say?
I think we should change the subject.
Okay, point.
Fuwamoco became famous overnight. Because they're all alive.
Being is that once you get the job, it doesn't matter what you said on the application, right? Because you just have to perform.
It's good to know.
Yeah. But, I don't take it against them. Fuwamoco are funny. And, they thirst trap. Man, I mean, if I became big, who am I gonna thirst trap? People who like femboys. Yeah. Okay.
Note that he has since then retracted this statement and apologized for these comments.
He personally apologized to me and actually every single member of EN and explained the situation to me. And I said, it's fine, look, just, be careful in the future, kind of watch the way you say things, can be taken out of context, etc.
Funnily enough, this clip was taken out of context from a whole stream where Connor was talking about lying on job applications. So he basically was saying that people should lie on their resume, and once you get your foot in the door, you're already essentially made. According to some research, it is true that lying on your resume has been a trend over the past few years, especially when applicants are trying to fill employment gaps.
You can't be as bad as Connor. They hate his f***ing guts. Everything he says.
like, oh, well, he doesn't understand shit about VTubers. How dare he speak about VTubers?
And while it is true that debuting with Hololive sets you up for a wild success, the work that has to be done before you audition and during your tenure at Hololive is crucial. And I am sure Connor is intelligent enough to understand the nuances of this statement. But when Mori Calliope defended him on her stream after receiving a super chat about it, some fans accused her of lying or covering up for him.
I enjoyed your JoJo space earlier, although you should shy away from acknowledging people who've only spoken negatively about Hololive talents on stream like Connor. Oh geez, here we go again. I would not have read this out loud if I had read it beforehand. But he gave me the full context, and I watched the full clip. I had a long conversation with Connor about this, because we are friends, actually. We speak to each other quite a bit as friends. Don't tell me who I can be friends with, and who I can and can't acknowledge on my stream.
This controversy escalated when Mori Calliope gifted 50 subs to Connor's stream.
Oh shit, Maury Calliope gave some subs. No way, Maury! Thank you.
Some fans felt betrayed or disappointed by Mori Calliope's actions, and one of them even sent her a super chat of $250 with the message, "Call the money for Connor." This made it so Mori would not read all of her super chats anymore.
New rule in super chats, guys. I won't be reading all akaspas, depending on my discretion. Some pretty high-level super chats have been utilized to send some pretty nasty things recently. If you do choose to send super chat that perhaps ridicule or otherwise say rather distasteful things about not just people that I consider friends, but like other people in general, unrelated to me, I will take that money and I will go to their stream and I will give it to them.
Basically, those quote-unquote fans felt like Mori was betraying her genmates by associating herself with somebody that shit-talked her friends. And then the flames of controversy were fueled even further when she responded to a tweet that depicted her in a sexual situation with Connor while her fans were watching. The tweet was meant to be a joke based on an old meme format, but Mori Calliope replied to it sarcastically. She was obviously trolling, but some fans took offense to this reply as they felt that it was disrespectful or insensitive to her fan base. They also criticized her for engaging with trolls or haters instead of ignoring them, stating that a professional VTuber should ignore trolls. Her next mistake was responding on the Hololive subreddit in a moment of frustration by saying, "Can I please just have some fun?" Naturally, she received a large amount of downvotes because she then caught some flack for a tweet she made about hitting the lean. For those who don't know, lean or scissor is a recreational drug prepared by mixed...
Bro, you know how I feel about that. It's bad for the health. Yo, Uncle Cat, how are you? How are you, mate?
prescription cough or cold syrup containing codeine with a soft drink, and it is especially
Damn, now I'm freaking craving soda even more.
popular among the rap and hip-hop scene, to which she later clarified that she didn't mean to say lean, but she just meant that she was drinking. To those aunties, this event contributed to reinforce their perception of Mori not wanting to fully integrate the VTuber lifestyle, to hold on to the rap and hip-hop scene by being rebellious and drinking, or even worse, drinking lean. I'm not kidding, they're actually mad at her for drinking or talking about drinking too much in general. First of all, I'm going to keep calling the part of her fan base that are haters her aunties, because it's really important to separate those fans from the rest of her fan base, who I believe are incredibly supportive of her.
Kudansu says, my first ever super chat, you're my favorite Hololive member, best of luck. Am I really people's favorite?
After all, she's still one of the highest super chatted streamers. She still streams to thousands of people and her music is widely enjoyed by many. And she's also one of the most watched female YouTube gaming streamers and still one of the highest super chatted streamers of the year.
Oh wait, no. Oh, she's only... Yeah, I'm saying only. Because there are so many above her. Honshu Marine, Pecora, of course Rosa is way up top.
Year. So why are Mori's aunties judging her so harshly? Well, for one, she's not reserved, she's pretty brash and impulsive, outspoken as well, and kinda does whatever she wants. In a way, she...
Isn't that what she said that made a lot of people love Mori earlier? Those are the same reasons why other people hate her. So, yeah, whatever.
She is rebellious and has pushed back against what is classically expected from a VTuber, which is not to collab with, oh my god, real life flesh people or males in general. So her purity is in question and her unwillingness to fully embrace the VTuber idol lifestyle. Again, that's not my opinion, I'm just stating what I'm seeing. 2, they harbor the feeling that she is unsafe for the other members of Hololive.
Yeah, let's do 5.
Okay.
A quick one. Just a quick match. No, you had to say it.
What? What does that mean? Okay.
You know what you're doing, Iris.
No,
You know what you're doing.
No, I don't.
I seriously don't.
I know it's slang.
Yeah, it is. When you do something real fast.
First and foremost, she threatens the Gachikoi relationship with her favorite Oshi because she collabs with men. And even worse so, she associates with people who dislike VTubers, so they consider her a traitor. And secondly, she threatens their purity by corrupting them. She is considered impure because of her drinking habit or drinking skip. For example, some blame her for corrupting Iris because she went to have tea with her. In those Gachi's minds, they're thinking, what if my Lucy starts participating in this harlot behavior? They're very protective of their waifus, but also just things or even franchises that Mori would come close to. For example, Kingdom Hearts, when Mori tweeted some lyrics from Simple and Clean. And then when she announced her One Piece collab, it catapulted Mori's antis into...
That sounds nice. I hope that, be careful. Be careful about, dangerous animals and, ill-intentioned people. No.
Asking the VTuber not to touch their show like she's too icky for their favorite franchise. Funnily enough, the creator of the show, Oda, complimented Mori on the track she made for them, so clearly they weren't speaking for him. And then there was a small incident in which some fans have interpreted that Mori was putting Gura in unsafe situations. Essentially, the story goes that Mori and Gura were staying together during an IRL meetup, and Mori gave the keys to her Airbnb to her sister. Threw a large party for them that was still going on when they arrived to the place. The party ended up being much larger than anticipated, and she went on live to talk about what happened as she hid in her closet.
A certain family member happened to be in the area, so they were like, hey, so where are we staying? And I told them, and I was like, well, I'm not off the plane yet. Said family member was like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. We'll just let ourselves in, and we'll be really careful. We're just gonna buy some snacks. It's definitely not just my family member and their significant other. In fact, there are people on the curb, outside, chilling with them alcohols. I roll up and I get out the car and I'm like, what is happening here? And family member says, Callie, it's been forever. The mistake that I made was giving them the code because I thought, they were just gonna let themselves in and, just chill. And no. There was a rager going on, like full-on EDM blasting out the windows. I was like, yo, we need to get kicked out.
She mentioned that Gura was okay, but had locked the door to her room so she could get some sleep.
I think she's fine right now. I think that she's in a room close to me, away from where like the speakers do be bumping. So I think she's fine. She was just like, no, it's cool. I'm just gonna sleep. So she's sleeping.
She received an immense amount of backlash, blaming her for bringing ill-repute people near their precious Gura. This event further cemented the opinion that she was, once again, an inconsiderate friend to her genmates. Along with those accusations came other critiques, some of them of her arriving late or being unprepared for collabs, sounding like she doesn't have a lot of energy, etc.
That's so sick. Do you have a little more energy left in you to dance to a rap that I wrote for you in 2 minutes?
And this is a wild guess, but maybe, just maybe, her having 2 full-fledged music careers and 2 full-time jobs might be the reason why she arrived late to collabs. The thing is, Mori's aunties also seem to not know her at all. I've seen comments of her being lazy, not having done anything to earn her success, when she's clearly a hard worker. She's often talked about her work schedule, regularly looking something like waking up at 9 a.m. and working till 4 a.m. How she's managed to do it for so long, I have no idea.
I was up until 4 last night.
Oh, no!
Mori has also been...
And anyone can always use like an extra job. And I'm very, even if I'm not really gonna get another job apart from what I will have, and apart from what I have, I'm still grateful that they're not putting too much restriction. There is one limitation though. We cannot work for a competing business. We cannot work for a similar company. That's the only limitation. But students and part-time tutors are welcome where I work for.
The subject of deepfakes, sexualizing her with horses.
Welcome to the stream, chat.
Yeah, I know about that. Especially when they're own horse.
I hope you guys are ready for today's marathon. So as a special guest, I've brought in my...
Yeah, I've seen this one. I've heard about it. Maybe a short clip, in a fan group.
Stallion. The horse meme became so popular that they would spam it under every single one of her tweets and have become a popular meme by itself.
So, people in those groups are too wild for me, so I left. Vtuber, I think it was Vtuber Hell or something, Hololive Hell. Yeah, and it was indeed hell.
Embraced the meme and even mentioned them during her cowboy outfit reveal stream.
Thank you very much for all of your lovely art as well. Some of it a little lewd. To those of you drawing me with horses, y'all are into some fucked up shit, and I hope you get the help you need. From deep within this sheriff's heart, please get some help.
Unfortunately, she was not able to debut her horse model and instead had to reveal this shitty car for reasons that you can probably guess.
And because of you degenerate fucks, guess what we got? A car. How fucking boring is this?
Another huge point of contempt for Mori's aunties is her music. They immensely criticize her for being a white rapper. Some say she is culturally appropriating foreign cultures on top of having mediocre lyrics and mediocre music. Every time Mori releases a new song, Twitter is on fire again. One of the most vocal...
Man, that's why I'm not on Twitter. Ever.
Critics of Cali's music was a YouTube creator by the name of Brad Taste Music, who has released not one, not two, but 3 videos of him reacting and reviewing Cali's music.
It's not very good, but then again, it's like this is disconnected white girl music.
And that's not even counting the videos he did on her alter ego. From what I gathered after watching a few of his videos on 1.5 speed because it was so hard to sit through, is that Brad really hates songs that he deems too polished or cheesy or corporate sounding. You see, Brad is a truly original artist that would never sink as low as to release a popular and polished song under a label that would be considered anything remotely superficial or mainstream. Brad is an artistic individual, an intellectual, and he would never write one silly rhyme. He seems to despise cute and cheesy lyrics, and honestly, I'm just not sure he's into the whole K-pop / J-rock or even K-pop vibes at all. Which would explain his disdain in most of these songs that he's showcased on his channel. After all, taste is subjective, and those kinds of songs are often very overcharged and mix large amount of different music, aesthetics, and genre. And Mori's music definitely does that a lot, but Brad really isn't into it. When he reviews songs by Blackpink, the lyrics are too silly for him. And yet when he reviews Mori's music, he doesn't like how she takes herself too seriously. Like, ew, why would you ever go 100% in your craft? After all, looking uninterested is the only cool way to live your life. And yeah, I should know because that's exactly how Brad portrays himself during his music reviews.
Look, I'm not a die-hard Mori fan. Okay, I couldn't get past everything that sucks about this song to hear my queen.
And then sometimes I'm like this guy.
speaking to me, okay?
On top of that, it seems Brad doesn't know anything really about the VTuber industry.
Everything about Mori is like she's just comes off as so fake. Like she's just playing up everything as much as possible because she's afraid that people are going to see her as someone who's like white and has nothing to say, because they have like this huge imposter syndrome, which it's like, if you do, then maybe, you know, tone it back a bit, but you can't when you're doing something like this. When you're making this anime type shit, she must believe that everything has to be as overblown as possible, or else she's going to lose the spotlight.
It is common knowledge that corpos commission VTubers way in advance before finding a creator for it. And Brad seems to be using this as an excuse for spinning his own narrative and claims that Mori is unoriginal, and further proof of that is that she didn't have a say into designing her own character.
She didn't even design her model. She didn't have creative control over her own character. Yeah, no wonder her music sounds completely inauthentic. Jesus Christ.
Like, bruh. Even Brad Friend pushed back against the extremely subjective things that he says about her.
The Hololive number of their models are like designed by popular Japanese character designers.
Wow. Wait, that's actually terrible. That is the most like corporate whitewashed bullshit ever.
It's kind of just how it's common in like the VTuber industry altogether.
Okay, well that explains a lot actually. There are very few VTubers that design their own models. Yeah, but it explains a lot why their music sounds like it's the most like factory grown garbage, and why even at a more elevated level like this song, it is completely unlistenable and in my opinion, horrendous.
He seems to have the most surface level of some of the music concepts he is reviewing. You would think a critic would have a little bit of knowledge of some of the concept or even the subject that he's reviewing.
Bro is critiquing stuff that he doesn't know about.
Before giving it its opinion. But fear not. Brad is a quote-unquote musician, so he knows what he's talking about. He released an album in 2019 with none of the songs breaking over 10k views, and has also released a satirical EP in 2023, and aside from that I haven't seen anything or found any credentials that validate him as a music professional or music critic. I get the feeling that he is in a way jealous of Mori's success and believes that if he were in her place, he would be putting out better content, when clearly he doesn't. Unlike Knox Hill, an actual respected industry professional with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He has
Yeah, good night to you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Night night.
multiple albums and has received positive feedbacks from fans and critics for his lyrical skills and storytelling and versatility. You see, Knox Hill also reacted to Kali's music and actually loved it. He actually tried to understand every single lyric and where they came from and really appreciated them. As a fellow artist, he understood the Easter eggs and even the Grim Reaper imagery she put in her videos for her audience.
All the metaphors that she's choosing, like the rhymes will slay you, murder connoisseurs, cute as all hell, like sending you to hell. She's super cute, and it sounded super cute at first. The beat still sounds super cute, but the lyricism is heavy. She is firing lyrical, murderous ammunition at us right now.
And even though he doesn't participate in her audience culture and barely knew anything about her lore, he still made that connection and appreciated how her audience would respond to it. It's funny because it's the very same thing Brad critiqued her for by saying that on the contrary, she played too much into her character. Knox Hill also compliments her bar and rap skills, something most people would criticize her for.
Human erasure, can't stop the pacer, make sure. Again, there's some nice internal schemes. She's coming in with this dotted faster flow. I was not ready for her to attack this beat and drop in the way that she's doing it, man.
I find
Let's just finish this video and I'm gonna end the stream. You know, I don't like to be a bad influence. Let's limit it to 3 hours, the stream, okay?
good case study and worth mentioning here because he truly reflects how aunties of Mori's think and behave. They easily dismiss someone's hard work by being very subjective and knowing very little about them, and they always do it in a way that's very pretentious. The problem with the internet is that untruths quickly can become the truth even when someone takes the time to debunk it. An outside observer reading all of these comments and tweets about Mori Calliope, I'm afraid, could easily reach the wrong conclusion. musicians. And this was the case when she collabed with a producer named Umru. When the song was announced, Mori's Twitter mob came at her again. The random hate tweets surfaced again. Some V-tweeters claimed that she was a transphobe, others claimed that she was a racist because of some lyrics from her song Snake Eyes, and then some old screenshots of her past life got digged up. And those screenshots were less than flattering. Basically, between that and the Twitter propaganda, the mob managed to convince Umru, who ended up throwing Mori under the bus and apologized for collabing with her in a tweet. The antis felt bolstered because a public figure sided with them. Umru then proceeded to block her and denounce her further. I've looked to see if he released another statement either retracting or apologizing for the misinformation, but I haven't found anything, and he still produces music to this day. And lastly, very recently, she said that part of Twitter again after covering the song Internet Yamero. As you guys can see with these very negative tweets, it really doesn't matter what Mori does, girl can't seem to catch a break. Unknowingly to the world, while Mori was facing a relentless barrage of insults, internally she was also fighting her personal demons. She has been remarkably candid about her struggles, a theme that permeates her song lyrics. She grapples with the guilt of achieving success in the industry while some of her friends were left behind, forced to abandon their dreams.
I need to recommend this game to a friend of mine. This makes my heart very happy. Yeah, it's nostalgic. All good.
The road to success, accompanied by its unique challenges, has been far from smooth for Mori, and she has weathered numerous storms, often wrestling with profound sadness despite her privileged
Welcome back. I'm just finishing this video, then I'm gonna end the stream.
position, a situation many would covet, but also a situation that would make many unsympathetic to her. Surprisingly, despite all the fame and wealth, happiness remained elusive for her, and she's always felt like the villain in her story. Scouring through hours and hours of some of the stuff people are willing to write about her, it's clear to me that some people have made it their whole life persona to be hostile and advocate hate and harassment towards Mori Calliope for whatever reasons. This particular group of people seem to have a perception of her that is, in my opinion, inaccurate and a stretch. I would like to debunk the very first claim and perhaps basis of her anti's hatred. Mori doesn't care about her VTuber friends. The perception that she doesn't care about her friends in Hololive is ludicrous. Mori's a sensible girl and she's demonstrated it many times live on stream, a place where it's kinda hard to fake your emotions because it's live. You can clearly see that Mori cares for her genmates. For example, just one example that comes to my mind off the top of my head is when she cried for Kiara's departure. And anybody watching this can see that it was genuine. And when she also got emotional watching Kiara perform on her birthday stream.
In that moment, my brain just flashed to like all the conversations that we've had about the hard things that we've dealt with being in Hololive and like suddenly having so many eyes on us and stuff like that. And like the tough things that we've had to like deal with and come to terms with, and seeing some of the unfair cards dealt to her and others. I just kind of thought about that for a second, and it just got me really emotional, like seeing her in 3D on the screen. It really like hit me right in the heart, you know? She really tries super hard. I got really happy to see her fly, because she deserves to fly. She's just really amazing and works super hard.
On the contrary of public's opinion, I find that she has defended her genmates over and over again, even sometimes over her own financial gains. For example, she immediately removed music from her opening stream animation when it was created by an artist who went after the Fuamoku twins. And as far as it goes for Kali's music, I feel like whenever people complain about someone else's content, they've probably never put the time and effort to put themselves out there. You can dislike someone's content, after all, taste is subjective. On top of that, it's probably not catered uniquely to you, but I don't see why you gotta go as far as voicing your discontent online, or worse yet, harass somebody for it. So if you're like me and have never wrote a lyric in your life and you feel the unnerving urge to criticize someone else's music, just don't. The world will live to see another day without your unwarranted opinion. As for the auntie's opinion, did it matter in the end? No. By letting her hard work and dedication speak for itself, Mori Calliope ended up gaining a lot of respect and recognition from other VTubers and industry artists alike, who praised her for her talent, personality, and professionalism.
Being professional is very good. You want to be professional. I mean, now, you know, now they're like, what the fuck, probably. That was real professional in the beginning. And now I'm like, I'm still growing and still learning. And I'm doing my best to, you know, improve day by day. I know I can be a better me, but also have fun at the same time.
As for her relationship with her fan base, the Deadbeats, she seemingly managed to maintain a strong connection and trust with them, who keep on supporting her through thick and thin. And I think that's commendable because a lot of creators would have easily lost trust in their fan base if they felt like they could turn on them on a whim, and we've seen that with many public figures lately.
Deadbeats everywhere! I'm not alone because you guys are here. That's always how it's been. Thank you so kindly. Really, truly.
In the end, I am very glad Mori seems determined to push through the negativity and focus on what makes her happy. She seems adequately equipped to handle the backlash, or maybe she's just too busy to have the time to get into her own head. Also, I say adequately, but keep in mind that the human brain is simply not equipped to deal with rejection and negativity on such a large scale, but for whatever it's worth, Mori seems to be handling it well, or at least as well as someone can. In an article from the Xerto, she mentions that she's okay and that she is mostly worried about those close to her who might get affected by the toxicity as well as her fans. Ultimately, this Grim Reaper had her own inner demons to fight, and those obstacles did not stop her from pursuing her dreams. After all, she is truly a VTuber who has made a lasting impact on the industry and culture, and it's very hard to imagine what the scene would look like today without Mori Calliope. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I've read way too much brain rot comments and threads and I need a break. But if you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you're interested in delving even deeper into the world of VTubers, I recently uploaded a comprehensive deep dive on Rusia Uruha that I think you'll find fascinating. And if you're a dedicated fan and would like to support this channel even further, consider becoming a member. By doing so, you'll gain access to our exclusive member perks and even have a chance to be featured at the end of my next video. And thank you so much for our brand new channel members, Barbara Ricketts and Sir Cavalcante. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one, along with the Anime Man and G.
Alright guys, thanks for dropping by. I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day or night.